Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is the Daily Rage. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq futures. This is a 5-minute time frame, and some big news this morning on the economic release. This was at 6:30 my time zone, and this was both jobless claims, which happens basically almost every Thursday morning, but on top of that, at the same time, also CPI. So that's a big inflation marker. So of course, people were watching and waiting for that. You can see there wasn't a lot of activity up until there, then sent the market into a downward trajectory. Bounced up slightly, but ended up, way down here. Worked its way just slightly lower. Was able to rally, get almost all the way back to this high point. Not quite, but this is a beautiful candle right in here. Why? Because it is almost, not exactly perfect, but pretty good looking fractal. So what we know is that when this comes up, heads up, spikes up, comes back down, and then the next candle over basically just creates this nice V shape. I love that. This also is almost a gravestone doji, so another indication of a shift in the direction. And that's exactly what it did, because then the stock market opened and we just cruised lower, lower, and lower. Those were some really nice red candles. Then down here, another doji that is come down, down, down. That is like a smaller fractal, but still a fractal, and did the same thing, exactly what it should do, which is send it off in the opposite direction. Now, in this case, it couldn't really sustain. Like this didn't really get very high. You can see that's even less than a 50% retracement. So it just kind of fell off after that. The only other thing that I want to point out from today's price action is that occasionally, especially for those of you that are maybe newer to futures. I know a lot of people recently have just signed up for my Futures 101 class. So if this sounds like crazy to you, where there's all this wild movement, that's totally fine. There's no problem just staying on the sidelines, staying flat, and watching and waiting. But occasionally, now, of course, this too does depend on your schedule, your daily activities, etc. But oftentimes in the morning with the economic releases like here, and with the opening of the stock market, like here, it can get a little wild and crazy. And then it just kind of takes a while for, at least this has been happening recently, takes a while for it to kind of get itself sorted and see what it's going to do for the day. So this was pretty crazy up in here. But if you see this, this was just a really subtle, nice, steady pace going higher. So if you would have gotten in on this parabolic SAR shift, you could have ridden this thing all the way up to here. Now, it depends on what kind of trader you are. For me, I actually might not have done that well on this kind of a trade because I like this. I like the fast action. I am a momentum trader. This is not momentum, but it can work out very well for people who are looking for a little bit more steady pace instead of the chaos and craziness. This might have been a really, really nice move up. Now, in the grand scheme of things, we didn't really get anywhere. You can see on the daily chart, the market is still open, but we're essentially just at a doji right now, still green for the day, but like, you know, not by much. We will see what is going to happen going forward. But there's always, something for everyone on almost every day. You just got to kind of be there to be able to take that opportunity. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.